and the temperature.
Depends because of enteric fermentation. You know, what we call enteric fermentation is, all of you know cattle, not so? When the cattle is eating and chewing the cud, it's producing the gases and they come from the stomach. That's one. When it's excreting, it's the stomach. And then manure that we get out. Most of you have seen the manure, and when you're going to remove it, it has that, whatever comes out of it comes with a lot of nitrates and methane emissions coming out. And then they go off to the sky and create what they call the global warming problem.
Livestock Research Institute, Iriri, and I'm based here in Uganda. I'm a researcher, and I research around manure management. And manure, first of all, is an important resource. It can be used to fertilize our soils, but also it has environmental impact, negative environmental impacts. Like it's one of the major sources of greenhouse gas emissions in Uganda. So for us we are required as a country, because we signed the Paris Agreement, we have to report the amount of greenhouse gas emissions which cause climate change. How much are we emitting as a country? So for us to report that, we need data. And that's what I've been working towards, to generating data which can be used to quantify the emissions, the greenhouse gas emissions from manure in Uganda.
The MRV system is important so we can actually see what is the productivity of livestock and what are the emissions of livestock. And when we do different interventions, it will allow us to look what are productivity increases for these livestock and how does it translate into emission reductions. The presentation I made yesterday was on MRV systems and how ILRI can support Uganda doing MRV systems. So it's about the different steps that are involved in data collection, intervention design, helping do this code design interventions, and how we're going to track the intervention implementation on farms, and then also how we translate that into production gains and mitigation.
A measurement, reporting and verification system that can identify the areas where there are weaknesses leading to the emissions from livestock. So some of the areas that can be improved, things like the feeding, which is very critical because the emissions are mainly from the feeds that the animal consume. If the animal is eating good quality feeds, then it means the emissions levels are going to be low. So using a lower or a basic methodology will not give us those kind of levers to identify the areas where we can improve.
And